Well, hey, artist friends. Woo! Boy, we've been doing so much good portrait work. I just love it. I just love drawing with y'all. Okay, so time for the in-between stuff, right? We've covered a lot. Man, we've covered a lot. We have covered eyes, noses, mouth. We've covered ears. We've covered hair. We've covered proportions. But what about the in-between stuff? What about cheeks and chin and things like foreheads? Okay, so and it's really, this is going to be a kind of short one. This is going to be a less practice and more things to look for as we're drawing. Okay, so it's good though that if you've got a scrap of paper with you, remember you can tear a sheet of computer paper in half. You can grab some notebook paper, some graphing paper. Heck, grab an old envelope out of the recycling bin. Okay, woo-hoo, it'll work out. All right, but when we're looking at our model picture, ourself in the mirror, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, brother, sister, cousins, whomever we happen to be drawing, okay, we'll notice that the face isn't flat, right? It's round. And in particular, if I start with, let me just start with a basic kind of egg face shape here, kind of a universal face shape. I'm looking at my model here in the picture. Beautiful smile, goodness. All right. So, got a nice face shape here, sketched in. Okay, and here's her neck. Okay, and the hair is covering the other side of her neck, so I'll just leave in that line as well. Okay. One thing I notice with her face is that we have lighter spots towards the center of the forehead, the top of the cheeks, the top center part of the chin. And it gets darker towards the sides, underneath the chin, where the chin and the jaw project forward from the neck, at the sides of the face, away from the forehead. And that's because we, of course, have bone structure that projects forward. And these higher spots on our face, okay, the tops of our cheeks, the center of our forehead, center of our chin, that captures more light than the areas that go away. So let's focus on the forehead first. The center area of our forehead is going to be the lightest. As we move towards the center, okay, that's where our shadows get lighter, but as we move further away and come down around the side of the face, okay, that's where we get some darker values as we move away from the center of the forehead. So that's one of the first things you'll notice is kind of around the hair, the sides of the forehead, away from the center. That stuff gets a little bit darker. Now I want you to use a light pencil pressure. Let's just add a little shading at the sides of the head. Now this is going to be a good moment for you to grab that Kleenex or to grab a little bit of paper towel. I think I may have accidentally used my Kleenex to blow my nose. Let's grab a fresh. Sorry, folks. Okay, and as we continue to shade towards the forehead, as we come down a little bit where the brow bone is, there might be a little bit of shading there. And again, this is gentle. This is really light. I'm putting almost no pressure on the pencil. Okay, I'm going to take my tissue, and I'm just going to add some subtle shading, or some subtle blending. I'm using a curved shading stroke. This is a rounded area on the forehead. And already you can see that that starts to create some nice volume. Let's come down around her cheeks. Her cheeks. She's got these beautiful smile lines. She's got this really gorgeous deep smile. So we're going to shade not only that smile shadow she has, but we'll notice underneath her cheeks and a little bit towards the side, again as it moves away from those higher spots on the face, we get a little bit darker in value. Gets a little bit deeper. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to add some shading on both sides. Now, it's going to look a little funky because we haven't added any noses or eyes or other features, and we're just looking at some of those different shadow bits we might observe. And again, it stays pretty light towards the top of the cheek there, doesn't it? Stays pretty light. Kind of goes darker alongside the face, goes pretty light up the sides, and then where the sides of the nose come in. Right, this is kind of like where the sides of our nose would be. Okay, so once again, I'm going to grab my tissue. I'm going to wrap it around my finger a little bit. give a nice soft smudge to the cheek. Now use your eraser as a great drawing tool. If you're like, whoa, that got way too dark, I didn't mean to do that much. Grab your eraser, a little gentle pressure, and go ahead and lighten it up and reblend. Oh, check it out, little cheeks, little cheeky poos there. Okay, let's go down to chins. Go down to chins. Okay, on the under, we'll notice again, the most light is being caught right at the point of that chin there, okay? As we move away from the sides, it gets darker, and it's distinctly darker in the underneath area, under the neck. So I'm gonna kind of go underneath the chin area where the bottom of the lip comes down. I see kind of a shadow under that section as well. Okay. She's got a great smile. Right? I love smiley portraits. Just puts us in a good mood, doesn't it? We need some cheering. I love it. Okay, and so we're gonna do a little bit of shading here, a little bit of shading there. Let's do a smudge, okay? Remember, when you're smudging too, folks, you're not just smearing over the whole surface. No, that's just smearing. Remember, blending and smudging is a part of the drawing process. You're directing that graphite where to go. And look at that, voila, chin shape. Once again, ooh, I've over smudged a little. Let's get in there and lighten up a little bit on the chin. Okay, and directly underneath the chin, this is where it actually gets, I'm gonna go with more of a firm pencil pressure now. And I can see underneath her chin, where that jaw projects forward from the neck, it gets pretty dark, doesn't it? We got, well, I shouldn't say it's a dark, dark value, but we get a good medium. Get a good medium value going on. And it's darker further away on the sides of the neck, and then lighter towards the center. So I'm going to use more of a firm pencil pressure. Then again, as I come towards the center, it's going to lighten up a bit. And I'm using that curve shading stroke. Curve and curve and curve and curve and curve. That's going to give me some volume for the neck. What we see happening there. Okay, so once again, I'm going to grab my tissue. Whoops, there goes my pencil. I'm going to wrap that tissue around my finger and give it a good soft blend. I feel like I've gone maybe a little too dark, like I've exaggerated that too much in the center, so I'm going to grab my eraser and lighten it up and check it out. We have, no features, but we can see the structure of the face. Boy, we plunked some mouths, some eyes, some nose, some hair in there, maybe an ear if you see an ear, and boy, we've got ourselves a portrait. Okay, terrific, folks. So what I'd like us to do for our next portion of the video, okay, in our next video step, I should say, is I want you to find this portrait's proportion sheet, okay, and then meet me at the next video, because we're going to take all that we've learned with all these steps and now apply it to the portrait. Woohoo! All right, good drawing practice. Can't wait to see you again in our next art video. Take care, all. See you soon. Bye-bye. Oh. Time to charge up.